And because it's still relevant, and it will be relevant on, let's see here. It'll be relevant on March 11th, Thursday, March 11th. You can make use of this pick, as well as Friday, March 12th, where I think both of these picks will hit. So the first one, I don't know if you have these written down from last week, Peter.
I had the Zion one.
Yeah. So Zion rebounds and assists. I believe so. This is something that's been hitting for me for a while. Zion's rebounds and assists has been pretty solid. Let me just pull up his stats real quick. So Zion's rebounds and assists, his last few games, I know the props have hit, as I've been betting them. So rebounds and assists, he's had 14, 15, 19, 14, 11, 14, 9, 10, and 13, 11. The last time I bet it, I'm pretty sure it was either 9.5 or 10.5. Now, earlier on in the season, this is what I explained last week on a recording. I've been watching a lot of Pelicans games just because, for two reasons. I really do like watching Zion play, and I also have an absurd amount of Pelicans players on my fantasy team, so I always end up watching them. So I'll watch him play, and very early on in the season, Zion was very much utilized as a high post player. He was very much utilized off the ball, ISO on his post ups, or they would run plays for him, and that was working okay. It wasn't working the greatest, but Zion's just so talented that he's still averaging his 20 points, 60% from the field. He's getting all his rebounds, all that stuff. The big difference that's happened in February is that he's starting to initiate the offense himself, and he's getting a lot more comfortable passing the ball. What this does is that he'll grab the rebounds. He might not get 10 rebounds a night, but he absolutely has the potential to grab 10 rebounds a night. Considering his rebounds and assists are not even double digits, that makes that entire bet worth it because he has that potential. But playing with Steven Adams, playing with Josh Hart, who's a rebounding machine, you can't always count on his rebounds. So, with that being said, Zion's been a lot more efficient as a ball handler and as someone who's running the point, and he's gotten a lot better dishing out of double teams. He's finding the open man, he's finding cutters, and the Pelicans are knocking down their shots. Lonzo's shooting out of his mind. Bi is shooting pretty well. Josh Hart, Eric Bledsoe is still a trash bag and a half. We don't care about Eric Bledsoe.
Fuck him up any day of the week.
Exactly. And you have JJ Redick on that team too. And you have a guy who shoots another close to 50% in the paint, and Steven Adams. So for even if you take Zion assists is probably about 3.5 or 4.5. I've gotten it at 3.5 a couple games, and it's probably hovering at 4.5 now. We'll see if the lines adjust. If the lines haven't adjusted and they're still at 4.5, absolutely take it. And then same thing applies for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's assists and rebounds prop is actually probably around the same thing. It's about 9.5. Donovan Mitchell, for his size and his position, is a great rebounder. This guy's always skying for rebounds. He jumps super high, and he's always fighting for them. And he's a second playmaker on that team. So he's getting double teams. He's passing it out. His assist and rebounds prop is always hit for me. And the thing about the assist and rebounds prop is that not a lot of people bet on it. Not a lot of people play it. So it doesn't get as much attention, meaning that it doesn't adjust as much. Whereas points adjust really fast because people are focusing a lot on that. So if you pivot and start watching the assists and rebounds prop, you'll be able to find a lot of good plays, and then their props stay there for a lot longer. For example, like I got assists and rebounds on Kyle Lowry so many times, and his pretty much always hit because he's always getting assists and rebounds, and his prop never really adjusts because Bucks aren't typically looking at it.